Okay, mini orchard, such as it is. Let's start backwards and move forwards. Let me get step betwixt all of my plants. So we'll start with the peach tree that is struggling. I had to give it a really hard and bad haircut earlier in the season because it was getting some disease, and I need to cut these 3 stems back. The leaves that were popping up on it looked diseased, so I kept pulling them off, and I think that was probably the right thing. This side's not, is struggling, not so much on that side, but it again needs probably a really hard haircut. See, echinacea's all growing up in the middle of it. I did underplant it with ground cherry, and then I transplanted a volunteer watermelon. There is in fact a watermelon under there that's sort of struggling its way through. The ground cherries got sprawly and are happy, and they are apparently really good to the rodent population. Along the fence, I put in all kinds of beans, and they're just taking things over here like they do. These are Henderson lima beans right there. I haven't honestly been keeping up with them, so probably haven't gotten as much if I had watered and fed them like I should. See, like some of the babies there are a little crispy on the ends, some dried up. This is a willow style lima bean. And then these are called black coat runner beans. You see they put on these enormous pods, these really pretty orangey flowers, and the beans are huge, so that's been pretty cool. We got a little bit off of that. We're gonna have some dried beans for that. Apple tree has grown a lot. I did have to cut off a stalk not that long ago because it had some kind of caterpillar infestation and it was just killing the branch. So I put some beans in underneath it, but they have been swallowed up by this squash plant. These are yellow wax, and I've gotten a handful of beans off of them. Not a whole lot. The sages, I probably should have given a serious haircut early in the season. I feel like they've struggled a little bit. But, they're also getting crowded out by other things. And I'm sure they will take their time to come back. As you can see, this butternut is making some fruit. This little guy right here, which is a mess, is a Blauhilde runner bean. So it's doing something. And there's also a tomato plant in there, and I believe this was a Sweet 100. Got it from a neighbor, not 100% sure, but it's emerging from the beans. But we haven't gotten a whole lot out of it because it was in the shade, but I kind of expected that. I just ran out of places to put things. Got a little cabbage I put out here. And then maybe most exciting, our fig tree is finally starting to fig. And we thought that it was dead after this winter because it pretty much died to the ground. So all this growth is from this summer. So I feel like fig trees you could probably pretty much chop to the ground and they just come back every year. That's I'm going to go with that for the moment. And then watermelons, the vines are finally starting to get going. I don't know if we'll have enough time for it to fully make watermelons, but I'll give them a little bit of time and space to try. It just cost me some space. I've got 2 lemon drop watermelons that look like they're pretty ready, but at least from what I have been told, that if the second tendril back from the fruit has died, then it's ready, and that hadn't happened yet, so it's close, that one. And these are sugar babies, which also haven't fruited yet, but look like they're about to start putting on some flowers and stuff. So we may yet get some sugar babies. And I think, oh, and the hardy kiwi, you know, it's doing okay. It's doing okay. I'm gonna think next year is probably gonna be its year. Next year.